My name's Bonnie Grace Gilday-Kennedy, and my mission in life is to help people through their healing find their own self-love. When I was 39 years old, I met the man of my dreams. It was the first time I was ever in love. And he was a really great guy. He was funny, and he was intelligent, and he was handsome and athletic. He had this really great ability to just allow you to see him. And more importantly, for me, it allowed me to let him see me. We had a really great time. It was a healthy relationship. We had a lot of fun. We liked to go hiking and biking and spend a lot of time outdoors. And I just thought, wow, this is the perfect person. This is going to be my life partner. Couldn't believe that I'd gotten so lucky. So we gathered about 50 of our friends and we got married. And we moved to the mountains and we bought a home together. And we were just living out our own wedded bliss. We would go hiking, we'd go to a festival, we'd go see live music, which is always fantastic. And it was just, we were totally living the dream. I couldn't believe it. And one sunny Sunday afternoon, it was December 29th, 2013. I came home, I walked in the door and I headed up the spiral staircase in my home. And I walked into my bedroom to find him sitting in his meditative pose dead. He had a heart attack and died while he was meditating. And my grief began. The pain and suffering that grief caused me was so enormous. I have yet to find the words to describe what that felt like. All I knew was that everything that I believed to be true had changed in that moment. That grief for me, it was about holding love, just having it in my hands. It was mine, it was for me. And allowing it to change every aspect of who I am as a person. I felt lovable for the first time. I felt as if I touched something that I hadn't even really believed was possible. And that as I was sitting there looking at him, it was like it just all disappeared, like a song in the wind. So we celebrated my husband's life, because that's what you do, right? You celebrate what somebody has been to you, to the community. And after my husband's celebration of life, I was sitting at home. Everyone had left. And I was sitting on my couch. And I was so sad. The grief was so heavy. I didn't know what to do. I didn't feel like I wanted to continue to live. as I was sitting in my living room, I began to think about love. The only person that I had ever known died. Who was going to love me? All I kept thinking over and over again is, who is going to love me? And as I sat there with myself, this huge energy, fear just came over me. And I thought to myself, now how will I love myself? The proof that I was lovable was gone. He died. And he left me there to find my own way. In that moment in time, I knew that that way, whatever it was for me, however it turned out, that my journey would be about finding love for myself, that my journey would be about self-love. My name's Bonnie Grace Gilday-Kennedy, and my mission in life is to help people through their healing find their own self-love. That's what I'm here to do tonight. So, through serving others, every time I feel like I help somebody find a piece of themselves that they didn't know that they're able to love, I feel like within that, I get a grace, right? There's some grace in that healing for me. So, what I found out in my journey is this. There are these really small steps and actions that you can take to heal yourself through self-love, that you can really deepen your relationship with yourself and learn to find in yourself so many reasons to love yourself. Okay? So tonight, I would like for us to just be here together, think about these things, and decide whether you're able to do it or not. So the very first thing that I would say that you could do and should do, there's 3 steps. The very first step is to commit to it, right? Those of you that know me are smiling because you know that there was going to be homework involved. So the very first thing that you can do is to commit to yourself, to create this change. And if you're thinking, I really love myself, that's great. Love yourself more. There's room for more love, always. Okay, so if you can commit to yourself that you will do whatever is necessary to grow in this space of loving yourself more. So the best way that you can start with that is, regardless of what happens. So if you're having a really bad day and maybe you're trying to take time to be with yourself and your partner isn't understanding, go ahead and commit to doing that anyway. Or maybe you've had a really horrible day and you're feeling undervalued and unappreciated by your boss. Take some time to do that anyway. Or maybe you've had a really great day and everything has gone your way and you're kind of skating along thinking, wow, this is great. Everything's always going to feel like this from now on. Do it anyway, right? And what that it is just to be with yourself. Commit to yourself and connecting more deeply with your soul. Right? Your higher consciousness, who you really are. Allow yourself to be with that. There's so much wisdom there and so much love there. So the very first thing is just to make a commitment, right? All right, so if you can make a commitment to yourself to increase your self-love, I said these steps are small actions and steps, right? So this next one, too, is very easy. I just want you to create an awareness for yourself. an awareness of what you do, an awareness of what you say, and an awareness of how you feel about yourself. So as you're going through your day and you find yourself saying something negative about yourself, don't do anything with it, but notice it. Just notice. I said something that didn't feel good to me. If you include words in those messages that you give yourself, like always, I always screw this up, or nothing ever shows up for me right. So if you have clearly definitive words, like always and never, then you know that it is possible. It's impossible. It can't be true. So that's just a story that you're making up for yourself to begin with. All right? So just notice what it is that you say to yourself, how you define yourself. Okay? The next thing I want you to do about that is to, again, spend some time with yourself. I don't want you to try to change your thoughts. I'm not asking you to change your behavior. I'm just asking you to be with yourself, to connect in with your higher consciousness, your soul, and check in with yourself. And the reason that that's important is because we do so much in a day, and so many times we have said we were going to commit to taking care of ourselves, and life gets in the way. So if you've made a commitment to yourself, it's very important. It's extremely important that you can trust what you're saying to yourself. That you can follow through and do whatever it is that's going to serve you. Right? The relationship that you have with yourself is the most important relationship you have. When there's nobody else there, it is you. And who you are is not just that physical body. You're this beautiful energetic system that you can be in balance with. That you don't have to resist. Okay, so we're going to commit, and then we're going to create awareness. Again, I don't want you to do anything with those things that you say to yourself. I just want you to notice them. Awareness. The last action step is going to be making a list. Actually, it's going to be making 2 lists. So you're committed and you're aware. And so you're sitting with yourself, and I ask that you absolutely be with yourself in meditation. Connect in with your higher consciousness. Be there for yourself for this next part. I want you to make 2 lists. The very first list is I want you to write down everything you like about yourself. All of your characteristics. So if you're funny, kind, maybe you put people at ease, maybe you have a large degree of compassion, maybe you're dedicated or loyal, right? Maybe you're just funny. Maybe you're just fun to be around. I like that. Those are good things, right? Whatever it is about you that you like, put it down on that paper. And the reason I'm asking you to do it when you feel connected into yourself is because it's more reality-based, right? Because your soul doesn't have anything against you. It is you. It doesn't have anything to prove to you other than you are love. You are here to feel love and to be love. It's what you already are. So that list can be anything that you want it to be. You know who you are. And if you can't think of anything nice about yourself or any positive characteristic, ask someone that likes you. They see things in you that they really like and that they think are unique to you in the way that you are in the world, the way that you move in the world, right? So if you can't find anything, you ask somebody else that likes you. Stay away from those people that might be a little iffy. Right? Okay. That should be a long list. The second list is going to be the list of things about yourself that you don't feel really great about. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you think you're stupid. Maybe you think you're rude. Maybe you think you're too controlling. You see, I almost laughed at that one, didn't I? Maybe there's a whole collection of things. Maybe you think you're lazy. Maybe you think you can't really find yourself. Maybe you feel like you can't connect in. Maybe you feel disconnected. Maybe you feel different than every person that you know. Whatever those things are, make a list. So you have a list over here, the things that you really like about yourself, and then there are these things over here on this other list. And of course, the end goal is for you to love yourself unconditionally and to end up not having anything on this list. To be able to really love who you are and accept every part of who you are. And that's the beauty of the healing, right? So that's the goal. But I want you to think about those things on the list. And I want you to, because you know some of the things, if people are calculating, I hear it now, people are calculating things about themselves that they don't like, right? So you know what that list is. So I want you to start thinking about those things. Where did those ideas about you come from? Was there someone, maybe a teacher or a parent or someone in your neighborhood or someone that's at your work now that says those things about you? Why are they saying those things? Or why have those things been said? What is the motivation behind that? I mean, it's really, right? Any negative, there's nothing that someone can say negative to you that's going to serve you in any way. Right? The other thing I want you to do as you look at that list is I want you to go back and think about the thoughts that you have that you're just noticing and see if those same things that you do not like about yourself come up in those thoughts that you have. Are those the things you're saying to yourself under your breath? That's why I think it's a good idea to figure out where those came from, so they don't have to be with you anymore. You can let them go. And maybe there are things about yourself that are true that you don't like. It just means you have work. We all have work. Our journey is work. It's joy at times, but it certainly is work. So, we're going to commit, we're going to create awareness, and we're going to find out the truth about ourselves. What I have found in doing this work with people and those activities, those small actions specifically, is that they come to have a different understanding of themselves. They come to have a deeper connection with their own soul. And it creates a place for them to be whatever it is that they're here to be on this planet at this time without fear of what others might see in them. It allows them to be deeply in a state of love with themselves and expanding and giving that love to those around them. And you deserve that. You deserve to be that, and you deserve to experience that with all the folks around you. So, I ask you to step through that door as you go home tonight and possibly begin that journey to self-love. My name's Bonnie Grace Gilday-Kennedy. I'm a channel in the Akashic energy field supporting people through their spiritual development. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you again, Bonnie. Let's give her another round of applause. Right now, we're going to take this message into meditation. Feel free to come find a home. There are the pillows up front if you prefer to sit on the floor.